They asked for a tile update. Reminds me of They Asked for a Paper. The last book C.S. Lewis ever published, 1962. One of the greatest men of the West has ever produced. Anyway, they asked for a tile update. I forgot to include it in that last video. I said I was going to show a clip, but it is Sunday morning. We finished up Friday afternoon. It took about, I guess we probably had about 8 hours into it. Oh, split over a couple days, but it turned out pretty good. I'll show you close up here in just a second. Few rookie amateur mistakes, but overall, I'm very happy with it. It's going to be very, a huge upgrade from what we had before. So let's take a little closer look. If you're just joining us, the tile that we used, of course, was just the Home Depot dowel tile. Classic white 3x6 subway tile. Just always look good. Just never go out of style with that 1/3 pattern. You can see right there. So that overhang is a third. To me, I prefer it over the half. Some folks like it. It's just a matter of preference, but I think this looks really nice. All the way to the ceiling on the two walls. Of course, ties in nicely. We set the tub there. We use the Curdy, all that. You saw all that stuff in the last video, but nice. Everything worked out really good. We got probably a 3/16 to an 1/8 right there tile. We can caulk that if we want to. The little wall worked out with the double tiles. They'll be a cap on top here that'll be actually twice that thick. You don't want to put a thin cap on. It looks kind of chintzy. You want to go with like a full 1 inch. Cut around the plugs, you can see, but no problem. We haven't grouted it yet. This is just in its raw form. And then we'll have, of course, the baseboards. We put these ledgers up there, so the baseboards will slide underneath there. Don't want to have to try to, attach a baseboard to a tile and drill through ceramic and all that. It's really a pain, but it's very pretty. Of course, we'll have the fixtures that will go there and the mixing valve. Some folks ask, I think it was actually the comments mostly came from old school plumbers, talking about, don't put your mixing valve so high because when you're in the tub, you have to reach up and it's hard to reach. Well, I think that's kind of an old fashioned way of thinking because we're no longer a bathing culture. My granddad, he didn't have a shower in his house. They had a tub like this. My grandmother, she was a progressive. She thought she had one of those cheesy rubber things, that would slip over the end of the nozzle with this, the rubber tube with a kind of a funny little wand, and that's what they had for a shower. It was nothing plumbed in. That was a different generation. That was the bathing culture. Well, we don't live in the bathing culture anymore. We live in the shower culture. So I'm not going to take a bath. Mrs. W's not going to take a bath. No one I know is going to take a bath. You're going to take a shower, right? When you need it. So why not put the mixing valve in an area where you can access it easily for what you're going to use it for? So that's kind of my take on all that. I thought it was kind of funny, you see the difference in generations there. So what's on tap for today? Well, today I've got 2 coats of drywall or mud on the ceiling. We had to do that patch, remember that? I'm going to put another coat on, hopefully get some heat in here, and maybe I can get the topping coat or the finished one by this evening. While that's curing, I'm going to go ahead and put up the wainscoting on the 2 walls. So this would be the west wall and the north wall, which are just drywall from what it was before. So we'll pull out these anchors and things, and we'll do that beadboard. And if I could get that all on there, and maybe even the nail holes finished or filled in some paint, that would be super awesome. That'd be a pretty good day. And then we're like 2 days away we can set the fixtures and all of that. So as far as what do we have invested in the little bathroom when we're all done, what I'll do is I'll add up the receipts when everything's said and done and see, but I'm guessing it's going to be under $2,000 if I had to guess. The tile and the bathtub, some of the bigger expenditures, but even these little subway tiles are not that expensive. I think, what are they, 25, I think it came out to 25 or 27 cents a piece, so it's not too bad at all. They even had some cheaper ones there. They had some, like a no-name brand from India type of deal that were half that price. And they're like 12 cents a piece, but I pulled them out of the box and they had all sorts of air bubbles in them, all of the imperfections you get from some of the overseas stuff. So we just went with the nicer, the more uniform dowel tiles. So let me know in the comments if you want to see the wainscoting, because I'll be kind of monitoring that here while this video uploads, because most of the time I upload my videos the same day that I make them. And if you want to see that, it's hard to film in here because it's so cramped, and having the tripod in here is a real bummer, but maybe I could show some of the steps. It's a cool way to finish a house or a small room if you don't want to, or not really skilled at drywall. You could just, you know, kind of put this over it and it looks super nice if you do it well. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that, and I can share a little bit of that as well. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.